working so hard, both on the stage and behind. So sit back, get ready to watch an amazing, amazing show. Indeed. It's just a few more minutes. We're going to go on. Actually, we're going to go off. You're going to get to watch the show. You get to watch the show. God, the hostess is running behind us. Oh my gosh, they're about to...
Do you think it'll work?
Maybe. What should we call it?
How about...
Welcome to the 30th anniversary of Tiger Tunes. This is our first ever live webcast brought to you by the Signature. I'm Chloe O'Connor.
And I'm Molly Throckmorton.
We're hosting this tonight for you.
Tonight's show is going to be so exciting, guys. It's better than I've ever seen before.
It really is true. Everyone has stepped up their game for the 30th anniversary, which is a huge deal for something we've done so long, especially on the stage of Washita.
This entire show is brought tonight by Washita Student Foundation.
OSF, Washita Student Foundation, puts on Tiger Tunes each year. They're students who help students. They raise money for students and for scholarships. And that's the real point of Tiger Tunes, is to raise money for students.
So many students get to come or even stay at Washita because of the money that these students help to earn through OSF. So if you guys are interested in contributing, we're going to tell you a little bit later on how you can donate to that fund.
We're going to take a cut to show us hostesses right now. Check them out. Now we're going to go watch the practice video of the Coyotes for British Palace Guards this year.
Recently talked with me about why he chose the theme British Palace Guards. Here's what he had to say.
We wanted something that could be fairly stiff because our guys are lacking in the rhythm department. And so we thought British Palace Guards, it was kind of set in between that and Lego Men, trying to be stiff but still have some movement in there. And we thought that would be funny too. And so that's kind of how that came to be.
So go and show us all your dance, and your chance will get better.
Kaysen also talked about what the best thing is about being Palace Guards.
Best thing, it's got to be the hat. I mean, it's going to be a glorious hat, I believe.
Kaysen also talked about his directing experience.
It's stressful at times, but I try not to let it get to me. I'm not a very stressful person to begin with, so it's kind of, I mean, if I were, trying for the perfect harmonies and dance moves, it may be a little more stressful, but our guys are pretty laid back, and they're wanting to have fun with it, so as long as we're having fun, it's not too stressful, and it's been a good experience.
We're just plain guys. You seem to think that we don't like to party. From 9 to 5, you would be right.
Last, he described what he wanted the audience to take away from their show.
I want them to be entertained. We're not going for the harmony or perfect dance moves. We are going for the entertainment value. Dare I say we're hoping to be better than the iPod show a few years ago. And don't hold me to that, but that's what we're going for.
tourists. And in their show, the Queen even shows up.
It's true. And one British Palace Guard learns to dance.
It's true, they don't think they know how to dance. They don't even want to dance, but they learn. Sit back and watch the men of Chi Iota Sigma.
The Coyotes are British Palace Guards.
A job so boring, boring, a job so boring, 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 a job so boring, boring. We've been on this palace scene since 1651. We got the Queen in the rain and in the sun, and in the snow. This ain't no show. We will go, 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 go. We arrived at 9 a.m. and we haven't finished yet. Address the Queen, you will get my bayonet. Country and slow, because they vote. We'll go, 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 go. We're the sticklers you love. You know the rules, but still you try to give reactions and to trip us up. And then you leave without so much as goodbye. Just what makes harassing us appealing. Why can't you just let me stand? Never gonna crack us up, never gonna put us down, never gonna make us mad or bigger, never gonna find our work, never gonna make it work, never gonna see us work or sticker. And I would work hours for the Queen. I would stand here in the rain and snow. I would work hours for the Queen. She'll fall in love with me as I watch her back. And I know that she would never feel that way for me. But still, I would work hours for the Queen, but I will not dance. No, I will not dance.
Just a lowly guard, standing outside my front yard. You should know that I'm the Queen, and I've
I'm Andrew Pyle, a co-president of the Ouachita Student Foundation. This year, OSF is sponsoring a new recognition for clubs participating in Tiger Tunes. In the lobby, you'll find an area to select the People's Choice Award. The club that raises the greatest amount of money during each show will win the title of People's Choice. The boxes for contributions are set at the OSF history table in the lobby. Please know that all proceeds will go directly to student scholarships through OSF. We will announce the People's Choice Award at the conclusion of this performance, but since we have to be able to total who has won, we have to take the boxes away after intermission. So be sure to get out there and place your vote, because these contributions will help students stay in school.
Also, for the first time ever, the Ouachita Student Foundation is hosting a silent auction benefiting both the OSF scholarships and Tiger Network scholarships. Bidding will take place during and after this performance, and not only does the auction include special signed collections from Governor Mike Huckabee and President Bill Clinton, there are several more weekend getaway packages. So don't miss your chance to sign up for these great things, and we hope you enjoy the rest of the show.
Up next, we have the men of...
First, we're going to watch this video.
Mark Johnson, director for the Kappas, recently talked with me about why he chose the theme Coal Miners. Here's what he had to say.
I believe it gives us a competitive advantage over any other theme. It's like a niche. You got dynamite sticks, picks, shovels, barrels. You got so many props you can work with. So many things to talk about. It's easy to develop a story around it.
Johnson also talked about a unique portion of the Kappa show, a light segment.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, we're not banking on that to sell our show. Usually a lot of clubs come into the show banking on one song, one act at the climax of their show to really sell it and get them the win. But I'm really banking on every song. I mean, there's an endless ripple in one song. There's disco moves in this other song. Light sequence, yeah, it is the coolest looking thing, but there's still some other things that I hope will sell the show.
Working in a coal mine, working in a dirty coal mine, working in a coal mine, working in a dirty coal mine.
He then told us how he wants the show to affect the audience.
I hope that they take us as the most entertaining show. Okay, I mean, I don't really care about precise moves or anything. I just want us to be the funniest, entertaining. At the same time, getting first.
He then described his experience as a 2008 Kappa director.
I was a host a couple years back, and that really got my foot into the door. And I started assisting directing the next year, doing choreography, and then the guys really wanted to 3P, and I knew I could handle it, so I stepped up to the plate.
I'm here with Daniel Santoy, and he is the dancing British Palace Guard in the Coyotes show. Daniel, what was it like being the dancing British Palace Guard?
Oh, it was absolutely exhausting. I'll tell you that much right now. The practices and then the shows, but it's been absolutely exciting.
So why didn't your character want to dance?
Supposedly he takes his job a little bit too seriously, and so he doesn't really believe that British Palace Guards, who are supposed to be standing there at attention all the time, he doesn't believe that they should be dancing.
Who came up with the idea of the British Palace Guard falling in love with the Queen?
I believe that was actually the brainchild of our director, Drew Kaysen, and Marcus Schreiner.
So, Daniel, I know that you love to sing. How great was it to get to sing on the JPAC stage in front of everyone?
Oh, it was great. I haven't gotten to sing all year with choir and stuff, so this is probably the only chance I'm going to get to sing on the JPAC stage, and I loved it. It was great.
Is there anyone that you'd like to say hello to back at home?
I would actually like to say hello to my fiancée, Emily Key, who is watching this via simulcast on obusignal.com.
Very exciting. Hey, Emily. All right, we're going to take a peek behind stage at the hosts and hostesses right now. Thanks, Daniel.
Mama Leone left a note on the door. She said, such a waste of time. Oh, that's what it's all about.
Next up, we're going to have the men of Kappa Chi as coal miners.
They've actually won a lot of the awards in the last few nights. Molly, what have they won?
Let's see here. Thursday night, they won a lot of stuff. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Thursday night, they won costume and choreography.
Friday night, they won everything except for costume, which went to Campus Ministries. And at the Friday 8:30 show, they swept every single award. So we're expecting another great show from the Kappas.
They have a really special surprise in the middle. I'm not going to give away what it is, but it has to do with their helmet and the lights on their helmets. So
Definitely watch for it.
Excited about that.
Definitely watch for it. We love the Kappas, and we hope that you do too.
I lead you deep into the dark, rugged coal mines of West Virginia.
If you're here right now, you want to know, come on down where you cannot see. Fill your carts with West Virginia coal and you're left with kerosene. Rise up, use and let those banners give a glow. Farther on down the track, we'll keep on shoveling coal. So blow, whistle, blow. I love picking coal, so get another pick from the toolbox, baby. I love digging coal, so get another shovel from the toolbox, baby. I love dynamite, so quick take cover by the toolbox, baby. I love coal, I love dynamite, I love toolbox, baby. I love dynamite, big web pig and hybrid pig. I love mining coal, so get another tool from the toolbox, baby. I love mining coal, so get another tool and mine with me. Well, you can tell by the way I use my pick, my wife is our everything. Keeping the mountains, we survive, and breathing dirt, our entire life. Hey, it's short, days are long, risk our lives, some say it's wrong. We keep safe with our hard hats, we're lifting rocks that break our backs. Whether you're picking or whether you're digging, you're staying alive, staying alive. Till the kid falling and everybody calling, and we're staying alive, staying alive. Ha, 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 staying alive, staying alive. Ha, 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 staying alive, staying alive. Take cover! This little light of mine, down in this coal mine. This little light of mine, down in this coal mine. This little light of mine, down in this coal mine. Let it shine down in this dark coal mine.
another great show by the Kappas.
Now let's take a look at the practice video for the men of Eta Alpha Omega and the women of Chi Rho Phi as toys.
He chose toys as a theme. Here's what he had to say.
I picked the theme we did because we'd initially decided to stick with just Etas, and we picked a theme that was going to just be guys. And when we decided to make our group bigger and better, we joined with Chi Rho Phi and decided to pick a theme that was applicable for both of us that we both enjoy. So.
Stokes then described how toys can communicate to alumni and students.
It's stuff that people can relate to, you know, like I said, the alumni can come back and they'll be like, oh, I remember Battle Monkeys and Barbies and all those toys when I was a kid, and everybody our age will remember them too.
He then talked about his directing experience this year.
It's a lot different than last year. This year I had a lot more time to organize things, and I feel a lot better about this show. Some people have had experience with it last year, and so they kind of know what to do, and it's just a lot more laid back. People are more willing to work with you, and coming up with a theme and stuff seems kind of stressful, but it's more fun than anything. And knowing that like you're going to put on a good performance and it's going to make somebody smile in the end is always good. So.
Last, he said what he hopes the audience will walk away with from the show.
A smile. That's all. Like, if that's all they take away, it's fine.
Alright guys, next we're going to watch the hosts and hostesses. Just a little sneak peek though. And when we come back, we're going to interview Justin Hodges. We're here live with Justin Hodges, who just got finished performing for Kappa Chi. Justin, how did it feel for your last performance?
It was a ton of fun. It felt like we had a lot of energy, a lot more energy than the other three shows. It was just a ton of fun. It was so fun performing this one.
Awesome. What's your favorite part of your show?
I have to go with the light sequence. It took us a while to get it, but it paid off in the end. It was so good. Just the little things about it just make it so good.
I'd have to say that's my favorite part too. Do you have any secrets for how you guys pulled that off?
Just some thought and some hard work and blood, sweat, and tears.
Do you think you guys are going to win tonight?
I hope so. I think that we have a pretty good show and it's very capable of winning.
Awesome. Thanks a lot. Let's interview Greg Peterson real quick. Let's interview Greg Schwartz real quick. Hey, Greg.
Hi.
What's your favorite part of the show?
Well, yeah, the light sequence is definitely, it's a great part of the show, but I personally like Staying Alive. I love doing the robot. I think it's unique. Not many people have done it, so I like it.
Greg, I know that you've been really busy with the theater performances, and you're in a movie. How do you balance work and school and Tiger Tunes and everything that you've got going on?
I have a really good girlfriend who helps me out. She helps me balance my time very well.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, yeah, tell us about that light sequence a little bit more.
The light sequence, it has the music from Billie Jean and by Michael Jackson and The Who, and we've been practicing it ever since we started. It was one of the first things that we did, but it's great.
Awesome. What is it about your show that makes it so unique, so different from the others, besides the light sequence, of course?
I think it's just the hard work that we put into it. This is what we all the whole year, Kappa. This is what we do. We love Tiger Tunes, and we like being known that this is what we're really good at, and we work really hard at this.
Awesome. So I know that the Kappas are really, really committed about everything. So thanks a lot for coming. Up next, we're going to have the men of Eta Alpha Omega and the women of Chi Rho Phi as toys. Get excited. This is a fun show as well.
Army men, Barbies, Legos, and a barrel of monkeys. The men of Eta Alpha Omega and the women of Cairo Phi share their toys with you.
Just make some leave. Did you hear that? Oh yes we did. What does this mean? Someone's leaving. So who's going? No one knows. Maybe we should dance it out to find out who's the one who goes. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, it's good. Oh yeah, it's good. Oh yeah, it's good. We should step up, step up, step up, step up. Oh yeah, we should step up and find out who goes. Say go back, it would be nice to have a little slack, 'cause we're not G.I. Joes, yeah. We're not G.I. Joes, yeah. Many times we say go back, it would be nice to have a little slack, 'cause we're not G.I. Joes, yeah. We're not G.I. Joes, yeah. That's my spot, that's my spot. Oh, this is my spot, this is my spot. You like to play dress up. That's easy to see, but your cat and other dolls can't do it quite like me. Do you want a doll that's brand name like me? Do you want a doll that's really cool like me? Get a Barbie. And here, get a Barbie.
Build it, view it, touch it, stack it, keep it, break it, stop, rebuild it, blue, red, yellow, like it, love it, finish, leave it, stop, redo it.
Lego building, Lego building, Lego building, Lego building. We come out of our barrel in our red and blue. You put us in our barrel when you are through, and we say, ooh, ah, we are.
There.
Between our toys, we just can't choose.
All right, kids, I guess I understand. None of your toys you'll have to lose. Does that mean we can keep them all?
When the toys get long,
They have the toys get long. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Playtime.
the toys get long,
They have the toys get long. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Playtime.
the toys get long.
They have the toys get long. Ooh, ooh, ooh. We've just begun to have some fun.
OSF has 58 members within 4 committees under the direction of 3 staff advisors. OSF knows all about getting people involved. OSF produces Tiger Tunes each year. Last year, raising over $50,000 in student scholarships, allowing 25 students to continue their Ouachita experience. This year, on the 30th anniversary, Ouachita hopes to set landmarks in both fundraising and students who are allowed to continue their education. That's OSF, Stan. Are you in good hands?
Say goodbye to the women of Tri-Chi as they set sail in the Navy.
Anchors away, my girls. Anchors away. Goodbye to Ouachita. We sail at break of day. Morning will set sail. Soon we'll be gone. Until we're home again. Remember that we'll always love you, Mom. In the Navy,
We want you for the Tri-Chi crew.
in the Navy,
We want you for the Tri-Chi crew.
in the Navy. Live on the open sea in the Navy. We work hard to keep you free in the Navy. We saving people everywhere in the Navy. In the Navy. We want you, we want you, we want you in the Tri-Chi crew. Oh Captain, oh Captain, oh Captain, where you go we'll follow, we'll follow, we'll follow. We will follow you. Ever since we got on board, we knew the orders we always must keep, and heed your commands when you speak. You are the Admiral, Admiral.
This poop deck is filthy. Swab it up, girls.
We've got so many chores to do. The captain gave us orders and we need to see 'em through. You grab 'em off and to the bow. Go get a broom, work on the starboard
with Trey Baldwin from Eta Alpha Omega. He's a Lego man. Trey, what was it like being a Lego man in this show?
Well, first of all, being a Lego, you got to be on top of things a lot, and you know it's really tough sometimes. But the choreography was pretty neat. Get to do some techno, so that was really fun.
How did you guys decide who got to be which toys?
I think Jeff said that I was the most Lego-like, and then people who were really good at choreography did Army Men.
Got it. Trey, what was it like? I know last year the Etas had a show all by themselves. What was it like working with Cairo Phi this year?
It was really good. They had a lot to offer, and it made the show a lot bigger, and it's something we could do a lot more with, like a whole lot more movement. So we really appreciated them. They did a lot of good stuff. So.
Good. How do you guys think that you're going to step this show up? This show was great this year. How do you think you're going to step it up next year?
Oh, we have something planned for next year, so you better watch out.
Everybody watch out. Now we're going to cut to the Chi Delta practice video.
Delta directors Genevieve Horton and Marcy Storm recently talked with me about how they were inspired to choose the theme Paparazzis. Here's what they had to say.
We love the show TMZ, and that's where we got the suggestion, and everyone else liked it after a little bit of convincing.
And the day has begun. Celebrities on the run, and the film is loaded.
Then they describe what the best thing is about playing paparazzi in the show. Here's what they said.
Britney Spears is it's pretty amusing.
In all the wrong ways, oh paparazzi, it will be on TV and the magazines. It's hard being famous.
They also describe their directing experience.
Okay. I'm here with
Callie Travis.
Hey, Callie. You just got done performing your final Tri-Chi show. Are you pretty excited?
I am so excited. We worked so hard on this.
Cool. Are you nervous about the results? Who do you think's going to win?
I'm really nervous, and I think it's going to be really close.
Awesome. You guys worked really hard on your costumes. They look really good. Did you guys have any special parts of your costume that you worked really hard on?
All of them. It was so hard to make these.
What's your favorite part of your show?
Probably the very opening scene where we're in the big anchor. It's such a visual effect. So cool.
That was really cool. I sat in the orchestra last night, so I didn't notice that until just a few minutes ago. It looks really good. Now, you guys, on Thursday night, you won music. How do you guys project and sing at the same time?
Well, it's kind of hard. We practiced on that. It was one of the main things we worked on.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Callie. Let's talk to Molly McGee real quick. Hey, Molly.
Hey.
Are you excited?
I'm so excited. We just nailed that show, and it was awesome.
Awesome. What do you think you guys are going to win tonight?
I don't know. I think it's going to be really close because there's so many good shows, but we did so good, and we left it all out on the stage, and so we're really proud of what we just did.
Cool. Molly, you were last year's homecoming queen. How did it feel to relinquish your title today?
Well, it was exciting because Caitlin's just an incredible girl, and so I was excited to crown her today.
Cool. So in your show, you guys talked about how you got homesick while you're out on the ocean. Do you ever get homesick here at Ouachita?
Not really. My family's incredible, and I love going home, but I love Ouachita, and it's such a cool family here, and my friends are incredible, and so I love being here.
Is anyone of your family here tonight?
Yeah, my mom and my dad and my little brother and sister are all here, and then my other sister was just in the show with us, so.
Cool. That's so awesome. That's so exciting. Do you have any favorite parts of your show?
I love, well, Yeah is one of my favorite songs, and so I was really excited when we got to sing Yeah about sailors.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Molly. Up next, we're going to watch Okay. Awesome. Okay, Molly. What is your favorite show besides yours?
Ooh, that's a hard question. I think Campus Ministries show is hilarious, and so it's one of my favorites as far as their lyrics and stuff go.
Cool. All right, thanks a lot, Molly.
Yeah, thank you.
Now we're going to go to a sneak peek of the host and hostesses' performances.
So why hesitate? Take me to another place, so far, far away, so I can get out of the dark.
High speed, like I'm racing. It's like lightning, the sky is blazing.
You've lost your way, you've been led astray. Are there better days?
All right, so we're going to explain to you guys why we aren't showing the hosts and hostesses and why we aren't showing Tiger Blast after intermission. It's really just we're being copyright conscious and we don't want to get in trouble for showing large amounts of songs that we haven't changed the lyrics to. We're going to peep in. We're just going to do a peep because that is definitely legal. Okay. Oh, well,
I'm going to tell you the names of all the hosts and hostesses real quick.
There's 7 of them. For the guys, we have Bryce Faulkner, who's the student directory. We also have John Cole and Sky Howard.
For the girls, we have Courtney DeVore, Bethany Briscoe, Bethany Whitfield, and Elise Eady. Okay, let's
Paparazzi.
pictures of your idol. To snap a shot that is so hot. A job that's very vital. Cameras out now. It's tricky to snap a shot. To snap a shot that is so hot. It's tricky. It's tricky, tricky, tricky. It's a shot to snap a shot that is so hot. It's tricky. It's tricky, tricky, tricky.
I'm here with Lauren Land. She's the Internal Director of Alumni. Lauren, what have you guys been doing to prepare for this homecoming weekend?
Oh, wow. We have been preparing for homecoming since last homecoming. And so we have the biggest thing we did is we surveyed alums and current students to see what type of activities they really wanted to see that were new and different. And we introduced a whole host of new activities while taking advantage of standing traditions and things that people just love here at Ouachita.
Can you tell us a little bit about Tigerfest that happened today?
Yeah, Tigerfest was an effort really to centralize campus and give alums and friends a snapshot of life at Ouachita today. And so all the social clubs, all of the organizations, all of the schools, all of the ministries got together, set up booths and tables, met with alums, had a time of fellowship. The band came out. It was great.
So it went really well.
It was just buzzing. Campus was on fire. It was clearly homecoming. It was a great time of celebration, and the weather was perfect. We were very lucky.
Did you get to see a lot of old alumni who came? Yeah. How old did alumni get?
How old did they get? No, we had reunions going back to 1968. We had a huge group of folks celebrating their 25th reunion from '83, and then some that were celebrating it from their 10th. Those are the biggest years. But there were alums. I think the oldest alum I talked to was 80. which is pretty impressive. And there was actually one, he came with his daughter, and this guy wanted to go to one last Ouachita football game. He'll probably be to 10 more. But he was 80 with his daughter. It was precious.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Lauren. Thanks for talking with us.
Thank you.
Now we're going to talk with Dr. Rex Horn. Hi, Dr. Horn. How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
How are you enjoying this homecoming day?
Well, it's been a great day. Of course, you can probably tell by my face. I caught a little sun out at the game today, but what a great weekend it's been.
Yeah, how about a win for Ouachita?
Listen, we've got a chance to have a winning season for the first time, I think, since about 1990. So that would be exciting.
That's wonderful. So, Dr. Horn, when did you see Tiger Tunes show? Are you watching it right now, or?
I'm watching it now. I watched it Thursday night. I saw the second performance last night, and then we're back tonight for the entire thing for the third time, and it's wonderful. We enjoy it as much as if we were seeing it the first time.
Good. Dr. Horn, can you tell us a little bit about the increase in enrollment this year here at Ouachita?
Well, we're very pleased about that. We're up 4% overall in our enrollment, and our freshman class is up 10%. So we're showing some great signs here, and we are working hard to make that a trend.
Good. Can you tell us a little bit about all the construction that is going on campus and what you have in mind for the future of Ouachita?
Well, a friend of mine said, Rex, you're the only guy I know that's trying to do a long-range plan in 2 years, and that's about what we're doing. We have an entryway coming in from the highway that leads into campus. I can't describe to people how beautiful it's really going to be. Then the student village on the north side of campus, some 17 houses that will house more than 500 students, but state-of-the-art rooms and facilities and amenities and all that sort of thing. We're also looking at an annex to our student center, and just the infrastructure, highways, cleaning up, landscaping, all those kinds of things. So within a year and a half, maybe 2 years at the most, it is going to be just an absolutely beautiful place to visit.
Well, that's really exciting for everyone here at Ouachita and anyone who's watching back at home. Thank you, Dr. Horn, for your time.
We appreciate folks watching tonight.
Good. Next, we're going to talk to Chris Babb, the External Director of Alumni. Hey, Chris.
Hi, how are you doing?
Good. Could you tell us a little bit about what your job is and how you've been preparing for this weekend?
Yeah, sleeping a lot early, so you're not going to get a whole lot this week. No, it's been a fun week. Working with Lauren, I kind of came in the middle of the homecoming planning, but this week's been an incredible week. A lot of my job is not directly related to homecoming until the actual couple of weeks before, but working with alumni chapters across the country, working with alums wherever they are, and trying to do events prior to whether it's a music event or an athletic event in a location, contacting the alums and letting them know we're going to be in their area and going to like to see them. So.
Well, I heard that there is a website where alumni can go and register their information. Could you tell us about that?
Sure. www.obualumni.org. Each alum can have it register for their own profile, include all information, much like a Facebook or something like that, but not trying to take the place of anything like that, but we're trying to tap into those type of things and find alums on Facebook and try to get them into our system because it helps us be able to keep up with them as far as their contact information and know where they are for events and such like this.
Good. Are you guys doing anything special or in particular this year that you just want to tell people about?
Yeah, we've got the formation of a young alumni council for grads that have been 10 years out and under. As far as events, our men's basketball team is going to be playing the University of Kentucky in November, and so that's a big deal. I mean, Ouachita doesn't play University of Kentucky at Rupp Arena very often, never in fact. But we're going to have an event in Lexington on Friday, November 7th. People can go to the obualumni.org website to learn about that. And there's a lot of information on there, and we'd love to hear feedback from people. There's a lot of great ideas out there, a lot of them that we can't follow up on at this time, but they're great that we can put back in the back of our heads and use in the future. So.
Good. Well, thank you, Chris. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Have a good night. Now we're going to have a Tri-Chi practice video.
I talked to Aaron Baker, Brittany Silvage, and Amy Creasing, Tri-Chi directors, about how they were inspired to choose sailors as their theme. Here's what Silvage had to say.
Ever since sophomore year, we've been kind of dreaming about Tiger Tunes. We're in love with tunes, and we just sat around thinking of different things we might could be. And I think one day there was a sailor commercial on to join the Navy, and we were like, that's it. It's perfect.
Baker described what makes Sailors so unique for the Tri-Chi theme this year.
I think sailors are really neat because traditionally they're boys. You think of that as being a male character, and so I think it's neat being girls. What we bring to that character and that persona is really neat, and they're sharp and they're clean and they're very. I think everyone can identify with just that love and admiration for the Navy, and so I think I love that about our characters.
Work on the starboard side, working on the main deck. Get this boat in tip-top shape. Treat it like you mean it on the main deck.
Last, Creasing described what she hopes the audience will take away from the Tri-Chi show.
Well, obviously we're here to entertain, and so we really hope that we have a good time. We want to make their $16 worth it, and so like we would love for people to walk away just thinking how cool that was, but also just the idea of how hard these girls have worked. Like you don't get here overnight, and so just the idea that like these girls have poured so much time.
No captain, where you go, we'll follow, we'll follow, we'll follow. We will follow you. Ever since we got on board, we knew. We want you in the Tri-Chi crew.
I'm here with Rick and Bethany Briscoe. Bethany is one of the hostesses this year. And Rick, tell us about when you were a host.
Well, 30 years ago, 1979, the fall to be exact, I was one of 3 Tiger Tunes hosts. Yeah, don't laugh.
Who were the other hosts and hostesses that year?
Well, there were 2 guys, Foster Summerlad and myself, and then Gretchen Hargis Peacock was our 3rd host and hostess.
Are any of them here tonight?
Actually, I saw Gretchen earlier today, and she wasn't able to be at the show tonight, but it was great to see her.
Cool.
Yeah.
Bethany, what made you decide that you wanted to be a hostess this year?
Well, I have grown up just loving Tiger Tunes and loving Washita, and I knew that my dad had been a host, and so when the auditions came around, I thought, well, this is a great opportunity, to follow in the footsteps of my father, and so I tried out and I made it, and it's been a great opportunity, and I love it.
Cool. Rick, what did you say whenever you found out that Bethany made it as a hostess?
I said go for it. It's hard to believe, kind of surreal actually. But I have to say that they've worked a lot longer than we did. I think, first of all, we didn't audition. They just kind of handpicked us, and we worked for about a week. And they actually have been working for about 9 months. So the show is a lot different now than it was. Yeah.
Did he ever offer any encouragement to you whenever you were stressed out or worried about anything?
Oh, yes. We actually were in a pickle when we lost our choreographer, and so called up my dad, and I said, Dad, we need someone to do dancing for us. And so he, made some calls at Prestonwood Baptist Church, and we got some connections. And I don't know, without my dad, I don't think we would get through a lot of things. But
We're a dancing Baptist church.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, choreography.
Nice. That's so cool. Let's see here. Do you guys have anything special about Tiger Tunes that you really love to see every year?
Well, I am an E, so I always get really excited when the E's come on. But, that's just me. But
To me, it's, I was a beta actually years ago, but it's just incredible, the energy, the focus. And I think the fact that these clubs are working on a goal that's even larger than the show, supporting OSF and supporting students in need makes all the work and all the energy well worth it.
That's so cool. Where did you perform whenever you were a host?
Actually in Mitchell Auditorium. Yeah, that's no longer here. The old Mitchell, and we barely had lights, we barely had cameras, and our mics, I guess we did have microphones, but it was a whole lot different than it is now.
That's so cool. I bet you're glad that you guys don't have to perform on Mitchell.
we love it in JPAC. We love it.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
How many hours a night did you guys practice on average?
Well, we're only supposed to have 3 a night, technically, by the rules, but some of my girls with me. But we actually worked really long, hard hours, waking up at 8 in the morning and just, practicing our vocals and stuff. But I don't know, altogether, how much time do you think? Oh, probably over, I want to say, oh, yeah, 100 hours, over 100 hours. And that's just, with dancing and choreography and singing, plus all, the grunt work, getting costumes, figuring out cuts of the songs, and just, it was a lot of work, but it was so worth it.
These students are amazing. They have spent their lives together for the last 9 months, and I'm telling you, they're gonna go into depression after all this is over because they've been living together. It's been great.
Thanks so much for letting us interview you today, Rick.
Well, congratulations.
Thanks a lot. Now we have the rest of the hosts and hostesses here with us. Hey, guys. How's the show going so far?
It's going good so far. I'm proud of each and every one of these people who are here with me today, and they couldn't have put a better show together, and I love each and every one of them, and it's going great today. The crowd's awesome, and we're loving it. We're loving every minute of it.
Yeah, best show yet.
Cool. Cool. Now, Bryce, you're the student director this year. How was that?
It actually was a lot of responsibility, but I was up for the challenge, and like I said earlier, working with these 6 people who are beside me has been the most amazing thing, and I couldn't have picked a better group to work with. And they've made it a lot easier for me. Each and every one, did their own little thing to help out, and it couldn't have been a better year. It was definitely, we had our struggles, but you know what? We persevered, and we're so much better friends, better, than anything we could ever dream of. So.
Cool. Let's go ahead and introduce each of you guys real quick.
Okay. I'm Elise Edie, and I'm from Fort Smith, Arkansas. I'm Bethany Whitfield. I'm from Bryant, Arkansas.
I'm Courtney DeVore, and I'm from BB, Arkansas. Oh, sorry.
I'm John Cole, and I'm from Dallas, Texas. I'm Sky Howard, and I'm from Nacogdoches, Texas.
Okay. Thanks a lot, guys. So how have you guys bonded over these past 9 months that you've been working?
Oh my goodness. We're really close. Yeah, I mean, we've been together basically every day for, hours and hours at a time. And, I mean, obviously you're going to get close and spend time with people that much.
I'd say eating together was probably our biggest biggest connector. Food, just like any Baptist kind of thing, food brings it all together.
Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for coming and stopping by. Have fun at the rest of the show.
Thank you all.
Now we're going to watch a little bit of the Beta Beta practice video as lifeguards.
Recently, I talked with Timothy Roundtree, director for the Betas, about where he got the inspiration for the Betas theme. This is what he had to say.
I have been a lifeguard for 3 years and a rescue swimmer for 3 years, so it's kind of just out of convenience. I was sitting in my office this summer, and I had a lot of lifeguarding supplies around, so it was really easy. And everything we already had, so we spent like $6 on costumes.
He then said what the best thing is about being a lifeguard.
Standing in the way of imminent death is probably what we pride ourselves in. No one's died in practice or on JPAC stage, and we like to feel that a lot of that has to do with us.
From the springboard to the high dive, we're about to bring it to y'all right now. Get on your feet, let's go! Why don't we give the crowd something you know they'll like? Swim lessons, you know that's right. Betas, you told them right. We can teach y'all how to swim overnight. Get you swimming like felt, that's right.
Roundtree also talked about his experience as director.
I get to bring to them, I mean, everyone's passionate about safety, but I guess you could say I'm really passionate about safety, like that's my niche. So I get to bring that passion to them. And since they already have that passion already before I brought it to them, like their passion and my passion comes together for safety, and we're going to like catalyst that into the audience, and we're hoping everyone leaves just wanting to be a little safer.
Lastly, talked about what he wants to communicate to the audience.
We have 2 mottos, safety and teamwork. We use both of them intertwined. I feel that the most important part about teamwork is safety, and the most important part about safety is teamwork. And we hope that the audience might not leave, but if they're laughing, that's great. But that's not really our hardcore goals. Our core message is safety.
Cause we are the Betas of Washington.
All right, I'm here with Emily Smith. She was the student director of the Hosts and Hostesses last year. Emily, how is it being back on campus?
It's really fun. It's kind of different. I kind of wish I could go back to last year. I don't want to take anybody's place this year, but if we could just kind of go back and relive last year, that'd be fun. But it was definitely the most fun thing I've ever done. So,
what do you think of the Hosts and Hostesses show this year?
Oh my gosh, I think that they're awesome. They are all so strong vocally, and you can tell that they're having a good time together, and you can tell that they've worked really hard, and they get along really well. So it translates on stage really well.
So you were in E while you were here at Washita. How many years were you in Tiger Tunes?
I was in Tiger Tunes every year. The first year I got to do with Campus Ministries. The second year I did as a pledge in the E's. And the third year I was kind of I kind of helped direct and write the show. I wasn't a director, but I helped get the show
go in for the E's, and then last year I got to do host and hostess. So I had a different experience every year.
That's wonderful. So how did you decide that you wanted to be a hostess in Tiger Tunes?
I saw Tiger Tunes when I was 16 for the first time. My brother was in the Campus Ministry show one year, and I saw the hosts and hostesses up there, and I said, I want to do that. And so I got to school and worked it into my degree plan, actually, to have kind of a lax semester and be able to do that. So.
Oh, that's pretty hardcore.
I was excited about it.
That's great. So what have you been doing since you've been out of school?
I graduated in May, and I actually started medical school this year, and so I've been through the first 9 weeks of med school. So wow. I'm working on that at UAMS, so it's cool.
Very cool. Well, Emily, thank you so much.
Well, thanks for having
It's nice
me.
to have you back on campus.
Well, to be here.
Now I'm going to talk to the Roots. Doctors Deb and Jeff Root, come on down. Hello, right here. This is Dr. Deborah Root and Dr. Jeff Root. They have a special place in my heart because they're both my professors, and Dr. Root is the advisor of The Signal, which is bringing you this tonight. Dr. Deb was actually in OSF back when it started Tiger Tunes. So Dr. Deb, can you tell us about that first year?
Well, I remember that first year when we would meet in Terrell Moore on the second floor. OSF would meet, and I was a new member of OSF that year, but I remember the senior leadership coming in and talking about the idea of doing something like Tiger Tunes. And so the idea was born, and they visited Baylor and their spring sing and got some ideas and so forth, and came back and kind of told us what the show would look like. And we decided, yes, we can do this, and that was 30 years ago.
Dr. Jeff, were you around for that first show here on campus?
I was actually a freshman that year, and I joined OSF a couple of years later. It was for juniors and seniors at that time. So I joined as a junior and helped out with the show, and then was president of OSF my senior year and got to work with the directors and with all the host and hostess and all the clubs. So it's a lot of fun. It's a great memory.
So how has Tiger Tunes changed in the last few years?
Well, you know, in the beginning, I guess we had one performance for the first show, and then we went to 2 performances, and we thought, well, wouldn't it be great if we could actually sell out a couple of shows? And then we went to 3 performances. Then Deborah and I were the directors of OSF when we decided to go to 4 performances because nobody could get tickets because we always sold out for the 3. So now we do 2 shows on Friday, of course, and so I don't know at what point it'll continue to grow. At some point, Tiger Tunes may last 2 weeks. I don't know. But it sells a lot of tickets because people love it. People remember it from when they were in the show. It's a great part of Ouachita's tradition now.
That's very true. Dr. Deb, can you tell us about how Tiger Tunes has become the event of OSF instead of Tiger Tracks?
Sure. When I was in OSF, the tradition had been Tiger Tracks, which is the spring event where teams competed in bicycle races, tricycle races. We had celebrity tennis matches and so forth, and it was a huge campus event. And we continued that event, but knew that we wanted something in the fall semester, and so that's when we came up with the idea of Tiger Tunes. And of course, the early Tiger Tunes were in Mitchell Hall, which was the old auditorium on campus, and a much smaller stage, a much smaller auditorium. But, we did a great performance for 1978, but it's been neat to see Tiger Tunes progress through the years, and Jeff and I were here when we moved to Jones Performing Arts Center, and that brought a whole new dimension to Tiger Tunes because not only the stage and the beauty of Jones Performing Arts Center, but the technical aspect as well. The clubs can do so much more with the technology that we have today, and the hostesses can too. So it's a modern day show, but it's neat to look back and see just how it has changed through the years.
So I know that Tiger Tunes has been a fall production. It switched to the spring one year. Why did they change that?
Well, it didn't start out necessarily as a homecoming event. It started out as a new event that we wanted to try out, or that Deborah and her OSF wanted to try out. And then it moved to spring because the idea was to give it more time to let it grow and let it be the major event of the spring semester. Then when the genius move was made to move it to homecoming, it really enhanced homecoming and has grown to what it is now.
Well, good. Thank you guys so much for your time and informing us of all this OSF great stuff.
Well, we're excited. I'm proud of you guys for doing so much work and putting on the webcast, too. It's just a tremendous opportunity. Mitch Bettis and everybody, Danny Brown, all those folks backstage, and Holland and everybody that's helping make it happen. And you and Molly are great hosts, too.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. We're doing a peep.
Thanks a lot, Chloe. Now we're going to talk to the founder of Ouachita Student Foundation, Larry Bone. Larry Bone, how do you feel to be back tonight?
Well, I feel good about it. It's really great.
That's so cool. What year did you graduate, Larry?
I graduated in 67, 1967.
Nice.
Back before the turn of the century.
Back when dinosaurs were still around.
Right, that's right.
How does it feel to see OSF, how much it's grown since you started it?
Oh, it feels really good. You know, this is exciting to see everything that takes place, you know, and to be here from the very first Tiger Tunes to now is really an interesting experience to be able to see it and how excited the students still are about it, you know, because at first they weren't very excited about doing it when we first started.
Right. Was Tiger Tunes your idea, or whose idea was Tiger Tunes in the beginning?
Actually, a lady by the name of Carol Roper, who was on the Ouachita Student Foundation at the very beginning. Lane Strother and I started the Ouachita Student Foundation and we started putting a group together about 1974. But in 1975 and then around 1976, Carol came on the Student Foundation, and then she became actually the director of the Student Foundation after she graduated, and I was still involved, but I wasn't directing, and she's the one who actually started Tiger Tunes.
Cool. What was your vision with OSF whenever it first began?
Well, it's basically, you know, what Ouachita has is something unique. You have a group of students here that really are special and that we can work hard and can learn leadership skills. I felt like it was important for them to learn leadership skills, to have an opportunity to network with a lot of people who are really exceptional individuals out there. And so this was just a great opportunity for students to learn some things and be able to interact with adults that were out in the corporate world, and that's what it was really all about, plus raise money for scholarships. We had a lot of students back then who were leaving at their junior year or their senior year because they didn't have enough money to stay. And so this was a great way to do that.
We are so glad here at Ouachita that you guys started OSF. It has helped so many people out with scholarships and Tiger Tunes and Tiger Tracks and everything that you guys have helped out with. So thanks a lot for coming, Larry.
Okay.
Have a good night.
All right.
Now we're going to watch, really quick, we're going to watch the Chi Delta video, the practice video.
Chi Delta directors Genevieve Horton and Marcy Storm recently talked with me about how they were inspired to choose the theme Paparazzis. Here's what they had to say.
We love the show TMZ, and that's where we got the suggestion, and everyone else liked it after a little bit of convincing.
When the day has begun, celebrities on the run, and the film is loaded, correcting.
Then they describe what the best thing is about playing paparazzi in the show. Here's what they said.
Britney Spears, isn't it? It's pretty amusing.
In all the wrong ways, oh paparazzi, it will be on TV and the magazines. It's hardly famous.
They also describe their directing experience.
Stressful, rewarding though.
No matter how far, I'll call your name. Please get here in a hurry. Flashing, beyond the things like how come every time that I'm around you're flashing me on the beach like flashing beyond the day.
Last they said what they hope the audience will understand about their show and paparazzi.
That paparazzi can be fun, and they're not just like they're not just completely annoying.
Ain't nobody but strong enough to keep us from getting to you, babe. This is the day we get our shot of you. If you'll hide from me, my job is not easy. You can tell me no, but I want more. No good!
So you talking to that? When they talk, I'll go like this. Oh. All right, we're here with Justin Harper and Kurt Thomas. They're the staff directors of Tiger Tunes this year. So you guys, what has your role been this year different than other years where there's actually been somebody in charge of Tiger Tunes?
We've kind of worked with the clubs just in general, kind of getting started. We both took over this position back in early June, so we kind of took over in the middle, but got a chance to work with the clubs. But our real big interest has been working with the hosts and hostesses. They had selected some music, and then Kurt and I kind of went back and did a couple of changes to that, and then really got to work with them on their vocals, their choreography, and just kind of each and every night in JPAC when they're practicing, got to stand out and take notes and make sure everything was looking good. So that's kind of been our main focus, other than, you know, working with the clubs and getting judges and that sort of thing.
You both are admissions counselors too, right? So you dealt with Grow on Thursday, and now you're dealing with all of this. How has that been for you guys? Stressful or?
It was a little busy. I mean, it's always good to get to see the kids, and then especially since we're so involved in Tiger Tunes, and that's a really big plug for Grow. So I was just excited to get to tell them about Tiger Tunes and everything that was going on. So it worked out really smoothly.
Molly?
More on Grow. Did you guys have any students that were just kind of like, I love Tiger Tunes, I want to come to Ouachita now?
Definitely. There were several students that were like, this is my first time on campus, and I know now, after seeing Tiger Tunes, that this is the place that I want to be.
Awesome. Thanks so much for letting us interview you guys.
Thank you.
All right, now we're going to do a little preview of Tiger Blast.
Are you enjoying the show? Right now, I'd like to take a few minutes to recognize our judges for tonight's show. We have Leslie Harper from Little Rock, Kathy Lay from North Little Rock, April Wingfield from Maumelle, Mitch Griffin from Springdale, Jason Harper from Little Rock, Beth Colson from Little Rock, Lou Ann Ashley from Sherwood, and Kelly Lancaster from Arkadelphia. OSF would also like to take a few moments right now to thank all the people who have helped make this year's show a great success.
First, Joey Licklider and the rest of the JPAC crew.
Stephen Gent for music production.
Tammy Barnes in the Campus Activities Office.
Danny Brown, photography.
Rance Collins and the rest of the video production team.
Justin Harper and Kurt Thomas, who have served as staff coordinators for Tiger Tunes this year.
Rebecca Jones, OSF staff sponsor.
Nathan Shelburne, OSF staff sponsor.
And Keisha Pittman, OSF staff sponsor.
And the biggest thank you of the night goes to Jessica Brukin. She is the Assistant Director of Special Events this year, and she has been an amazing asset to what you've seen so far tonight and what you're going to see the rest of the night. I have no doubt that next year's Tiger Tunes is in incredible hands.
Like Paige said, my name is Jessica Brukin, and I'm the Assistant Director of Special Events this year. I've really enjoyed working with all of the clubs, and I can't wait to begin preparing for next year's Tiger Tunes.
Ladies and gentlemen, each year at Ouachita, campus clubs, groups, and organizations nominate candidates for the title of Ouachita's Homecoming Queen. The selected students are then presented to the student body at chapel ceremonies on the Tuesday morning preceding Homecoming Day. The Ouachita student body votes on the nominees at that time, and the results are announced during pregame ceremonies of the homecoming football game.
Each year during the final performance of Tiger Tunes, the Ouachita Student Foundation, as special recognition, proudly presents to our audience the new homecoming queen and her court.
This year, we have a tie for third runner-up. Please welcome to our stage your co-third runner-up for homecoming queen, Kristen Glover. Kristen is a sophomore chemistry major from Stuttgart, Arkansas. She is involved with the Women of Tri-Chi and the Ouachita Student Foundation. Kristen is representing the sophomore class. Ladies and gentlemen, your third Co-runner-up, Kristen Glover.
Please welcome to the stage our second co-third runner-up, Whitney Berger. Whitney is a senior Christian studies major from Texarkana, Texas. She is involved with the Women of EEE and is a freshman family group mom. Whitney is representing Campus Ministries. Ladies and gentlemen, your third co-runner-up, Whitney Berger.
Now, please welcome to our stage your second runner-up, Bethany Whitfield. Bethany is a sophomore history major from Bryant. She is involved with Student Senate and the College Republicans. Bethany is representing EEE Pledge Class 2008. Ladies and gentlemen, your second runner-up, Bethany Whitfield.
Please welcome to the stage your first runner-up, OSF's own Paige Kate. Paige is a senior early childhood education major from Bryant. She is involved with the WOW Steering Committee and is the Ouachita Student Foundation Special Events Director. Paige is representing the Ouachita Student Foundation. Ladies and gentlemen, your first runner-up, Paige Kate.
And now, please welcome to our stage Ouachita's 2008 Homecoming Queen, Caitlin Cash. Caitlin is a junior biblical studies and speech communications major from Southlake, Texas. She is involved with the Campus Activities Board and is the Campus Ministries Tiger Tunes Director. Caitlin is representing the men of Eta Alpha Omega. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2008 Homecoming Queen, Caitlin Cash, and her court. Thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, sit back and relax. The men of Beta Beta are here to save the show.
Come on, let's go.
We're the betas of Ouachita. We're gonna bring this show to all of y'all. We're the betas of Ouachita. We're gonna bring this show to all of y'all.
Yeah, from the kiddie pool to the deep end, from the springboard to the high dive. We're about to break it down. I bet you didn't think we could do something like this, could you? Why don't we do the crowd, some you know they'll lie. Free swim lessons, you know that's right. Hey, done she told them, right? We can teach y'all how to swim overnight. Get you swimming like belts, that's right. Gold medals around your neck, that's tight.
She only want me for my short shorts. She only want me for my short shorts. She only want me for my short shorts.
We are the Beta Lifeguards. And we'll keep on swimming to the end. We are the Betas. Beta Lifeguards. No time for horseplay, 'cause we are of Washington. I said it's good!
All right, guys. I really hope that guy survived. I mean, if he drowned, that would be really sad. I'm here with Paige Kate. She's the director of Tiger Tunes this year. Paige, how has this experience been for you?
It actually leaves me speechless every night when I go home, and I am so very sad that it's over after tonight. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself.
How much preparation have you done for this specific night?
Since last year at this time, that's when I took over the director's position for Tiger Tunes, and I've been planning since then, so it's been a lot.
Who are you passing the duties on to next year, and how do you think she's going to do?
Jessica Brukin, and she will be incredible. She's been like my right arm this whole time, and she's going to be incredible.
Well, Paige, this show has been great, and I know that everyone who has been out in the audience has enjoyed it, and I hope that everyone at home has enjoyed it too. So we really thank you for coming and talking to us, and congratulations on your homecoming queen position. I mean, you didn't get homecoming queen, but you're on the court, so.
Thank you.
Thanks, girl. Next, we're going to watch the EEE practice video.
I interviewed Amy Wentz, Tunes Director for the E's, and asked where she got inspiration for the theme Car Hops. Here's what she had to say.
I used to take dance, and we were car hops one year, and we danced it at the hop. And so I was looking through all my dance recital tapes, trying to think of stuff, and me and Katie were trying to think of different things, and I was like, car hops, that'd be so much fun, and we could be smiley and everything, and so we just decided we'd have a lot of fun with it.
There ain't no telling who you might see. Red sword, not bad for
Wentz also described what makes a car hop an interesting character.
I don't know. A car hop is just a fun character. Like, she's usually liked by everyone. She gets to roller skate, and that's ballin'. So, I don't know. It's just a fun thing to do, I think.
Working as a car hop. Working as a car hop, yeah.
Then she talked about what she hopes the audience will take away from the show.
I just hope, I know fun is my main word, but I just hope people have fun out in the audience. Like, we are here to show people that we put this on for OSF and we have fun while we do it. And so I just want the audience to interact with us and even clap even, like, just to have fun, as much fun as we are having. So.
Last, she described her experience as director.
It could get stressful at times, but overall, it's such an accomplishing thing. You get so much. I don't know. It's really indescribable because you're able to get 70 girls together to do the same move and to sound the same, and that's just a huge accomplishment.
I'm here with Timothy Roundtree.
Hey. Hi.
What's up, Timothy?
I'm just living the dream. Just got off stage, Tiger Tunes, left my heart out there.
Nice. You gave it your all tonight?
All I had to give.
Now, in your show, you guys say that you want to win theme and lyric.
That is pretty much the backbone and core of our club, not just Tiger Tunes.
Do you think it's going to happen this year?
I think we couldn't have a worse chance. We're lifeguards. Not much of a theme. And some of the lyrics, we didn't even change the words.
Tell me about these outfits. How much did this cost you?
All together, $14. Okay. We got these. If you buy them in the kid sizes, it's actually $4 less.
Right.
Since we bought more than 30, it was tax-free.
Okay.
So you're talking $10 for the shorts.
Okay.
And then the shirt. I'm a lifeguard. Actually, I'm a rescue swimmer in Dallas. So I already had the lifeguard shirt.
Nice.
So I took like 35 of the lifeguard shirts and I just printed bait on it.
Awesome.
Go OSF.
Okay, guys, we're going to watch a little
Orange.
snippet of the hosts and hostesses.
You're watching the game. You should be watching this.
Of love, love. Love, love, love. Love, 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 love. Love, 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 love. Nothing you can do that can't be done. Nothing you can sing that can't be sung. Nothing you can say.
Now let's watch the EEE car hops. We're going to watch those in just a few minutes, but first Chloe's going to come on back up here. Chloe, how have you liked interviewing so far?
It's really great, but I have a great little fact about the EEE's roller skates. They are borrowing them from a man named George Bambino. He owns Crystal Skate Palace over in Caddo Valley. And he was about to get new skates, so he asked the E's, how many skates do you need? What can I give you? I'm going to let you borrow some new skates. So the girls that you see skating out on the stage, brand new skates from George Bambino. Now, we're going to go to their show, and it is going to be great. Look for the roller skates. Can't miss them.
And shut off your engines. You're in for a treat as the car hops of EEE bring you curbside service at its best.
I love to sit and daydream.
job for me.
I could get my burgers right away. I guess I'll have to try that new buffet. Oh, how I long for yesterday.
We told you if you ever come around here, just order your meal and your root beer. If you don't like our food, then just don't come here. So eat it or beat it. You better eat, you better drink your milkshake. Don't want to hear you cry, so give us a break. You better be nice, you're giving me a headache. So eat it or beat it. Just eat it or beat it. Because I see your order is here. Smelling housekeeping, you're right, baby. Easy those onions, so brush your teeth. Just beat it. Listen up, y'all. We don't need to be free, but we really need to let out the breathe. C-A-R-H-O-P, we know what it takes to be C-A-R-H-O-P, and it's a job for me. When it feels like your life is so busy and things are spinning, you're getting kind of busy. It's time to get out to friends you want to see. Well, Mickey's Diner is the place to be. Well, this is the place where you can eat and drink and feel at home. Drive in and stay a while with us. Here you can dance and laugh and never feel all alone. Being seen at Mickey's is a must. Oh, feel the heat of Mickey's Grill tonight. It will be to your delight. Forget about your homework and your test, because Mickey's is the best. Feel the heat
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
We, as the steering committee of the Ouachita Student Foundation, would like
to thank you for attending the 30th anniversary production of Tiger Tunes. OSF is a student-led organization
with 4 main purposes, which all demonstrate our motto
of students helping students.
Our fundraising committee works with friends and alumni of Ouachita
to raise money for student scholarships and helps distribute the funds to deserving students.
Our history and traditions committee works to keep the students of Ouachita connected with the university's
rich heritage and ensure that traditions and memories are not forgotten.
Our Student Ambassador Committee works hand in hand with the Admissions Counseling Office
to interact with prospective students and serves as host for the university's guests.
And finally, our Special Events Committee is responsible for 2 of Ouachita Student Foundation's
longest-standing traditions, Tiger Tracks in the spring and what you're all here for tonight, Tiger Tunes.
We love Tiger Tunes! We hope you enjoy the show tonight as much as we do.
Shine your Shine your shoes.
Sorry, let me turn on my hearing aid. Okay, go ahead.
Shine your shoes and straighten your tie as the men and women of Campus Ministries take you on a stroll down memory lane. Their 50th year reunion. So nice to see you. Let's go party.
How about that cowbell from Campus Ministries? All right, guys, we're going to interview a Campus Ministries representative, and we're going to see their practice video during the finale. But right now, we're going to check out the Row 6 practice video.
I talked with Josh Ravelli, Rho Sigma director, about why he decided to depict firefighters for the show. Here's what he said.
Well, there was a bunch of options. Like, we were thinking we'd be anchormen or firefighters, or there was a couple others, but firefighters just seemed to have the most we could do with it, and just seemed best. Seemed like something that was Rho Sigma-esque.
Ravelli then said what sets firemen apart from other themes.
I don't know. What's the best thing about being a fireman? The hoses.
He then talked about what he would like to communicate to all the guys in the audience.
I hope all the guys that are out there who feel like they got drugged to Tiger Tunes because their wife or girlfriend needed them to come get a laugh, and they go home thinking Rho Sigma was funnier than the rest of them.
Lassie described his experience as director this year.
I had no prior experience with any song, no dance experience. I kind of got shoved into the position, and it's been extremely stressful and demanding, and I hope that when all said and done, it'll be worth it. I think it will be, because our show's pretty good.
Tell me how to get that big old truck in that little bit of lane. Yeah. I know, fellas.
Cloudy.
All right, guys, we're going to cut into the hosts and hostesses. They're doing their sacred set right now.
Oh, you rescue the souls out there. You are the one that we praise. You are the one we adore.
Okay, Men of Rho Sigma.
Ladies and gentlemen, sit back, relax, and prepare to have your faces melted off by the Rho Sigma firemen. The fireman's coming.
Out shining and cleaning our gear. It's all live, chilling all night. We ain't got nothing but time when there ain't no fires to fight. I said we can do whatever we like. Yeah. Not now, Chief. We're in the zone.
Wait, there's a fire? Isn't that thrilling? Well, it's so midnight, and someone's house is burning to the floor. We've seen some before, but somehow we still wonder what's in store. So what's left to do? Well, jump up in that truck and get it rolling. Running red lines through traffic all the way. We're making good time to a firefight. So where's the fire? We will fight. Rho Sigma's gonna save you from the dangers of the night. So where's the fire? We wanna fight. We're fighting for your life. We're gonna break it, stop it. What are you doing? Stand around it. Michael Jackson, far out. Gotta get out of the station. Let's go. We gotta get out of the station.
We gotta get out of the station. Fight some fires. Save some lanes. CPR. Get out of the station. Fight some fires. Save some lanes. CPR. Riding in the fire truck with the ladder up and we're saving lives, yeah. Keep the hoses out, gonna get it down, it's gonna make it rain all night, oh. With the sirens all coming on strong, better pull over to your right, yeah. And tell me how you got that big old truck in that little bitty lane, yeah.
Oh no, fellas, there's no water. What are we gonna do? You know what we gotta do. We're gonna dance this fire out.
talk with Sam Bushy and Jake Sly. They just got done performing for Campus Ministries. How was your show tonight, guys?
Which one?
All the ones you were in. Which ones were you in tonight?
I was in the lovely ladies of EEE. We just danced our hearts out, man. I feel like we just really went out there and just left it all out on the stage. You know, just gave it 110%. We capitalized on what the crowd gave us, and just really, we got some turnovers late in the game that just really set us right over the edge, I think, and that's what did it. And Campus Ministry show, man, it's just a solid show. You know, it's got great lines and great moves. You know, and so I think our costumes. You know, we've won 2 awards this week, so I think if we can just finish strong, you know, just kind of follow through on our swing back, then I think we'll be money in the bank.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Now, Sam, you played a small but crucial role in the show. Could you tell us about that?
It's all about my voice, Molly. This is a talent. I know these legs don't do a whole lot,
right,
but I tell you what, I got a cowbell like you wouldn't believe.
Can we hear some of that cowbell?
Yeah, here we go.
Okay, thank you.
That's enough?
That's enough. Okay. Okay, so what's your favorite part of your show? You got any favorite parts?
Here's the deal, Molly. I love our entire show. Okay. We don't have one song that wins the judges. We have every song that wins the judges. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So as long as we just hang on to what we got in that song, we're going to take it all the way. We're going to score a touchdown.
Right. Okay, you're old people. Did you do any getting into the role? You know, did you go to nursing homes? Did you visit old people retirement centers?
We did a lot. We spent 4 nights, each of us, at the nursing home, and we ate dinner every night at 4 o'clock. Since we started practicing, dinner at 4, we were up at 6 drinking coffee. Right. We read the paper every day. Right. AARP, it was totally good. So, you know, we're just about getting the role. To be in the E show, we just got ticked off a lot, and because that's kind of what we did, and gave it the stinky leg, and she's giving us a sign right here. I don't know.
Awesome. Well, let's go ahead and thanks for letting us interview you guys. Thanks for staying up so late to let us interview. Now we're going to watch the Campus Ministries practice video.
I talked with Campus Ministries Tunes Director, Caitlin Cash, about why she chose the theme reunion. This is what she had to say.
I happen to love elderly people, and I think that it's something that everyone can kind of tease and like have a good time with, and it's not offensive. And it just we didn't plan on the whole reunion theme about being on the reunion year. We just picked that, and then we discovered that it was on the same as reunion, so it worked out nice.
Cash also talked about the best thing about playing an elderly person.
Definitely, the going from being old to being really excited to see each other, and trying to get a face that fits that has been really fun.
Cash then talked about her directing experience this year.
The best thing about being director is definitely the relationships that I'm building, for sure. Campus Ministries is about the show a lot, but really the show is just a means for us to get together as the body of Christ and learn more about the gospel and what that means to each other. So it's been absolutely wonderful just being able to facilitate that. It's been really cool.
Last, she described how she wants to touch the alumni watching the show.
I hope the audience kind of gets that whole, I hope we touch a couple, alumni hearts, you know what I mean, kind of pull on some strings there, because it is, coming back to Washita, there'll be a lot of alumni. But I also hope that everyone else who watches it can sort of just get that fun, party sort of feel afterwards, because that's kind of how we feel when we do it, so.
All wrinkles when I stand in the mirror, oh yeah.
Kristen Glover. Kristen, you won homecoming court today. What position did you get?
Well, there was actually a tie for third runner-up, and so I was in that tie for third runner-up.
Cool. What was your favorite part of homecoming today?
Just really the whole entire week. It's been a crazy week, and we've been preparing for Tiger Tunes, and then today, finally, the game happened, and then tonight's the final show, so it's been an incredible week altogether.
Cool. Thanks so much for talking to us for just a few minutes. Have a great night.
You too. All right, I'm here with Tammy. Come on in. Tammy Northcutt?
White.
Tammy White. We've got the wrong last name.
Tammy Northcutt White.
Got it. All right. Well, thank you for coming, joining us tonight. You are a past judge. Could you tell us a little bit about the judging process?
Sure. I actually have judged choreography and music before. The music part is really hard, just looking for different parts, and I try to see how many parts are added and learning the music. And then the choreography, of course, is dance, and that's the fun part. So it's great being a judge. It was fun.
Who do you think has done a really stellar job this year overall on all of the different categories?
I think Kappa's show is really amazing production. It has a lot of neat, unique ideas. I always look when I was a judge to see what's different, what's unique, and what's not always the same. And so they had a great show. I thought the Ease and the Campus Christian Ministries had a great theme, and the costumes were all great across. I thought the boys' clubs, the Betas, and the Row 6, they were hilarious, which the guys' shows are always so funny. So I think everybody did a great job this year.
It looks like everyone stepped it up for the 30th anniversary.
That's right.
Who, personally, do you think is going to win?
Oh, I'm a little biased, but I think the Ease will win.
Wait, what years were you here at Washita?
I was here, and I started in 91, and I completed in 95, and I was a hostess in 93.
Very cool. All right. I'm at a loss for words. We're just trying to keep going here. Thank you for talking with us. Thanks for your expertise on the judging. I'm going to bring Molly back in, and we're going to start to wrap up the show. Thank you. Molly, where's your microphone?
My microphone, it broke at the very beginning, so we've just had to share pretty much for the whole show. But
I know.
It's been fun, so I mean.
We're getting very close to wrapping up the 30th anniversary of Tiger Tunes. Everyone behind us is lining up for the Mega Mix. One of the greatest things about the Mega Mix is a couple representatives from each group comes out onto the stage, and they just dance with the hosts and hostesses to their lead song from the show. If you look at them while they're on stage, you'll notice that they're all a little different than they looked in their show. Why is that, Molly?
Well, basically what they do is they each get together in the green room, and they're like, hey, you have a Kappa Chi coal miner hat. Can I just put it on my head even though I'm a Chi Delta? And they're like, sure. So basically they just all mix up their costumes because they just want to show that everyone's playing together, and it's not that big of a competition. It kind of is a competition, but basically they're just having fun. So that's basically what they're trying to show, is they're all in it together, kind of like High School Musical. In a few minutes we're going to interview an E, I think, and then some other people. But for now, we're just going to kind of talk more about Tiger Tunes.
Yeah, it looks like we actually have an E here right now. Come on in. This is Amy Wins. Mm-hmm. She is the director of these, is that correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Amy, I saw you on the front of the Signal. I loved your picture.
Thanks.
So how do you think your girls did tonight?
Oh, we did awesome. Like, we did the best that we could, and we brought it, and we've been told that we shut it down, and we're so confident with our performance.
So great. Are you going on for the Mega Mix?
Yes, I am.
Looks like everyone's going. You better go catch up with them. Thanks, Amy. Looks like we're gonna go get a sneak peek of the hosts and hostesses out on stage.
Of campus rivalry, of lost sleep and all-nighters, of Tiger Tunes.
Now is the time to seize the day. Now is the time to seize the day. Send out the call and join the parade. Send out the call and join the parade. The wrongs will be righted if we're united. Let us seize the day. A friend to the friendless seize the day. The torch and light the way. Proud and defiant, we'll slay the giant. Let us seize the day. Neighbor to neighbor, father to son, one for all and all for one.
me like the total final. Well, here's Molly. Looks to me like the final awards have been calculated because Paige Kate just walked by with the official envelopes. There's actually one really special award that is being given out tonight. Molly, you want to tell us about it?
Basically, it's called the People's Choice Award, and what OSF has done is every night the audience gets to vote for their favorite show. And basically, each club made a box like this, and if it was your favorite club, you just put money into a top. And it's just kind of an extra way to raise more money for student scholarships, and all the money, like the show ticket money, goes to the scholarships. And so in a few minutes, we'll find out what that is. And also, I just talked to Rebecca Jones, and she said that this alone has raised over $2,000 for student scholarships.
That's really great. That could pay for like 4 people's books. All right, now we're going to cut to the Mega Mix. Check it out.
Please welcome back to the stage the men of Beta Beta. The men and women of Campus Ministries. The women of Chi Delta. The men of Chi Iota Sigma. The women of EEE. The men of Eta Alpha Omega and the women of Chi Rho Phi. The men of Kappa Chi. The men of Rho Sigma. And the women of Tri Chi. And now, please welcome back to the stage your 2008 hosts and hostesses.
I wanna take you away, let's escape into the music. DJ, let it play, I just can't refuse it. Like the way you do this, keep on rocking to it. Please don't stop, but please don't stop the music. I wanna take you away, let's escape into the music. DJ, let it play, I just can't refuse it. Like the way you do this, keep on rocking to it. Please don't stop, but please don't stop, but please don't stop the music.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited! Okay. I'm not gonna cry. Okay. Whew. I love Tiger Tunes, y'all. I love Tiger Tunes. Okay.
Woo! All right, it's time. This is it. Now we find out the final awards. All right. You heard us talking about the People's Choice Award. Now, for every show, those boxes were in the lobby, and people were donating money to the show that they thought should have had gotten the People's Choice, was the best show, perhaps, maybe the funniest, whatever they thought. And so, the People's Choice Award goes to the men of Chi Iota Sigma!
This is my
most favorite thing to announce ever because it's the most important to me. We started giving this award a few years ago, and it's called the Congeniality Award. And let me just tell you about it real quick. Like, we have score sheets, check-in sheets that every time the clubs would turn something in, I'd mark whether it was late or on time or early and everything. And what plays into it the most, though, is attitude of the club as a whole, and just anyway, okay. I am so very, very pleased to announce that this year's winner of the Congeniality Award is the Men of Beta Beta.
All right. We got to keep going, Betas. Calm down. All right. It's time to announce the placement. Third place goes to the women of EEE.
Okay, second place goes to the men and women of campus ministry. Okay.
You ready?
First place
Goes to the men of Kappa Chi!
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for a great year. 30th anniversary of Tiger Tunes. Thank you. Have a good night.
That's it for tonight, everyone. Thanks so much for watching.
How about those Kappas? I think we knew they were going to win when we saw that light show with their heads. All right, well, thank you guys so much for watching. We just want to let you know that you can rewatch this production. In a few days, it's going to be up on the Signal site, the one you're on right now, www.obusignal.com. We really appreciate you watching, and hopefully you can look forward to it again next year.